Hi everyone, this is Precious for my Immigrant Diary. I want to go ahead and show you the result of my Capsim simulation round one. In my previous video, I talked about the cheat on how to get ahead in the round one. And so stay with me as I show you the result and do some analysis of it. Okay, so right here is my Capsim simulation account. So I'm just going to quickly show you the results. But I can right here you can see my balance score card. So Team Andrews at the moment we're at 76 percentile. So that's not bad. You know, if you watch my first video, I told you I was trying to get to above 70%. So yes, my team we're in good standing. But straight to the results. So go to simulation and I'll go to the results. Oh, okay. So this is 2026 report for round one. So the highlight, right? So this is what we have. So as you can see, Andrews made a sales of 98,000, Baldwin 67, Chester 67, Digby 73. Harry's and Ferries are both, AI computer based because we only have 14s in my class. And so what this tells me is Andrews led the round, okay, in sales. But that's not all of it, right? If you look at the earnings before interest and tax, you can see we had a good amount. The other team, badly, this is I don't know how they're going to recover from this, but this is not good. And Chester, not bad, halfway through. I mean, not bad, 9 million, 6 million, 11 million, 10 million. So we did, this is a good gap and this is a good start for my team. And so if you go to my previous video on round one decision, you will see the steps and what I create. I hacked the system and how I was able to create a cheat code. Okay, so go check it out. But I'll also show you in the future video on how to take the decision on round two, on how to use the hack to get a good score. So you can see the cumulative profits. Andrews is way ahead. You can see that contribution margin at 32.8. We want to try and always get it above 30. Baldwin -7. I don't know how they're going to recover, but anyway, we'll see. But I'll show you, some things, in the impact of certain decisions. Stock price 35.8 million. Way above anyone close. Nobody's close. Market cap 72 million. No one is close. Okay, yeah. Chester is around 64. So yeah, so market share. Interestingly, in United States, you can see we have three markets. So, like I said, if you watch my previous video, you will get some of this numbers. You understand some of these decisions. Anyways, United States 19.5. Baldwin is very close, yet the report looks terrible. I don't know how they did it. We're going to figure it out, right? Germany, you can see now. Andrews still didn't get the most, but Digby had 40% of the market, right? So that's a huge gap, right? First was not in market. So go watch that round one decision video. My predictions did come true. So you can understand how those predictions were made. Aries was not in China. In China market, we had 37%. Chester had 39%. So really never had the highest beside United States, but just by 0.2. But how did we lead the market? So global market shares, we have 23%, and no one is even close to 20. And this is largely because you can see Digby, why they had 40% in Germany, they didn't go into the China market. Chester didn't go into the Germany market, but they led in the China market. But Andrews was able to stay in all the markets. So this is good, right? This is good data. I mean, this is interesting. I'm just looking forward to just doing a deep dive. But because of time, I'll try and stay a bit high level, right? So United States market, you see every one of us is in market, like a shared, but it's a little bit different if you look at the other Germany market share and China market share. Okay, let's keep going. So research and development, right? Able, which is our product for Andrew, for my team, speeds are 5.8, 5.8, service life. Okay, all these are good. But revision dates, so something you need to note, revision dates. the date of revision is very important in taking decisions. You have to make sure your revision date is either within the year, before 31st of December, depending on your strategy, but revision date is important, right? But look at something interesting. We all is a product we set in motion, right? As you can see, none of the other teams have a product in development. So this is good for us. I'll tell you, this is really good for us because none of these teams have a product in development. So that means come round 3, not round 2, because this product, all we have is going to come out in the middle of next round. So the impact will not really be felt, but it will help us keep our market, share up. But in round 3, we will take them because by that time, all of these products will already be declining in, demand, because that's usually the case as products get older. If you don't do a revision, upgrade, they can lose market to competition. So we'll see. So let's look at this in the US market, like in the low tech market, right? Customer buying criteria still remain the same, but remember, every round, which is like every year, the positioning will change. So it will increase for low tech market, it will increase by 0.5, which will be 5.8, right? In the next round, which will be in 2027. Then the high tech market will increase by 0.7. So this is something you need to bear in mind whenever you're making decisions in the simulation, right? So let's look at this, right? So look at the market. Let's look at the report. So top products. Able was never top product. Baker was. That's Baldwin. Who's Baldwin is not doing very well based on the reports we saw. But let's see how are they leading. Look at this. They sold out. They sold out 2 million. They could have even sold up to 2.2 million, but they sold out everything they have. Stock out. That means they went out of stock. They have nothing else. But look at the crazy things. The thing about competition, every other person's price is around the 30 mark, but Baker is at 23. This is not a good strategy. You got to have a very tactical strategy that puts you at an advantage. Now they sold out for chips, but to what end, right? Sales budget 1.9. We spend the highest because if you go see my round 1 video, you get all that information. We spend 1.8, it's about 900 on promo, so that's that. But Days, which is Digby, the other team that's on that team. Days, their product 36. The price a bit high. They're looking like they're targeting the high tech market, but hey, that's the figure. We came second on in the US high tech market. Able top the market. You right? But why? Why did we top the market? Let's see. Let's look at this, right? So we sold 734. We could have potential sold means we could this 708 should have been the amount, but because people stock out, right? Baker was Baker stock out, cake stock out. Fast Eat and Days did not, but we had a huge sales budget, right? So our penetration was 51%. So this is vital, right? You can see there's a difference, right? Promo budget was a bit high. Accessibility was 80% higher than any other one. Even though Cake had a 73% accessibility, what happened to them? They didn't have enough stock. So this is the thing. Some of the stock that we got is as a result of this group having stock because they went out of stock. So that's the reason. So hey, more for us. So we'll go to the Germany market. Now there's something interesting I want you to note. In the Germany market, listen, there are only 4 players. So out of 6, there are only four players, right? And this is what contributed to our market, how we gained more market, right? Even with the price war, even with the price competition, our price was the highest yet we came second because all the other teams went out of stock. We're only supposed to sell 220, but they went out of stock, right? And so that gave us some market share, and we did spend the most on sales in Germany anyway, on the sales amount promo. Okay, we spend the most on promo, but we did spend the most on sales. But the difference is not a lot. But yet, like I said, we gain more market. Same thing, Germany I market, I tech market, and so something interesting right here I just noticed is you have to also notice that the market is going to grow by 20% in Germany in the following year. So we're going to multiply this. So this is very important when you're making decisions. But this is also to know that the market is going to grow by 20%, and also the high tech market is going to grow by 35%. So the high tech market is growing, aggressively compared to the low tech market. That's something we need when we're making the next decision. But the high tech market was second, and we went out of stock. Heat went out of stock. Baker went out of stock. And this is also why we are able to sell everything we have, right? Because they all went out of stock. Now, this didn't go out of stock, right? But, the market had a cap. So, yeah, it was done. There was nothing they can do. But their position was, they have a better, yeah. So, speed and accuracy is good because the expectation, the customer buying criteria, the number one thing that had the most importance to them is the positioning. And so this had the better positioning, which is 7.1, 7.1. But if you look at the age, they had everyone at 2.1, so everyone will be at probably start at 1 point something, 1.6, 1.4. So for the age, that's fine. They are good. Service life, probably they are good. Price, they are good. So yes, it only makes sense why they top in terms of the unit suit, but also because every other person went out of stock. So we'll never know what would have happened, but now this is what we have. China low tech market, really not too large a market, but it's growing aggressively, 45%. Look at this funny thing, right? So the total units sold for the year is 1,127,000, but the market size is 1 million now. So we couldn't sell out. We didn't capture all of the market. So this is good because in the next round we know we need to be a bit aggressive in the quantity we produce, right? For China. So in China, low tech, what we see right here is cake. Even though they had the highest price, they led the round because everyone went out of stock. They sold the most because they had the most stock, even though they had the highest price in a low tech market, because everyone went out of stock. This is interesting, right? They had the most sales budget, the most marketing budget. They had a good positioning, right? But every single player went out of stock. This is to show that we're not being aggressive enough, but it is good for us because that way we're able to gain the market share we did gain. So yeah, kudos to us. So China, high tech market, what you have right here is a very small market, 347. It's growing by 32%. Yeah, that's not the largest margin, but yeah. Same thing right here. You can see 347, 337 units sold, market size. So within that, there's a difference of 10 that was never captured, right? Because everybody went out of stock again. Same thing, went out of stock. Um, Same analysis from the previous analysis from the low tech market. Same thing, right? Yep. Now, production and versus capacity. So look at this. Capacity is 1.7, production is 2.7. So note that you can produce double the number of your capacity because you can have on the first shift is your first capacity, and on the second shift the second capacity. So I was able to use, I think, maybe some 170% of the capacity. So yeah, I had the second shift. That's why we had 2.7 million. So Baldwin produced this, and you can see Digby produced 2,907. So this is probably why Baldwin is in a bad position from the report earlier, because they had too much inventory that they couldn't sell, right? They had too much inventory that they couldn't sell, and we'll see the impact of that, right? Yeah. I know they have too much inventory. No, I think I'll take that back. I think their price is low. They sold everything they have, but their price is low. I think Digby is the one that looks like they have too much inventory. Yes, because they didn't go into the yes, they are not present in the China market. So yes, that's what happened to them. Yeah, I remember. I get that right. So plant and information, like I said, we have a product in development which is going to help bump our position. The other teams don't. Now you like if you look at it now, Able is a low tech market, Baker is a low tech market, Cake is a low tech. Digby is still playing the high tech market. Their price is $36, the highest. Fast. I think they're competing the price, but with price. But so next round, capacity, I increased my capacity by 50. Maybe I should have done more given what I just saw. You can see days already at 2000, so this is good for them because I don't know what to say. Cake did not increase capacity. Baker reduced capacity. This is wild. They reduced capacity. This is wild because everyone started at 1.7 million. Everyone started at 1.7 million. They reduce capacity. They are gonna. They are. Wow! I'm gonna take part of this market. This is good for me. Now, I should have gotten more capacity, but I was just trying to play safe, So yeah, we are. This is gonna take a lot of the market. Well, if they know what they're doing. It and fast did not increase capacity, and the market is growing. Each of the market is going to grow by a certain percentage. So plant utilization, like I said, I'm already using around 70% of my these had 180, but they had a lot. They should have a lot of stock that wasn't sold. So we'll see how that looks on their report. So yeah, costs 35.12. Direct material costs. I brought it down 10.21, 10.26. So this is good. Look at this 14.0. This is part of the impact on their report, and yeah, because it's pretty high for direct material costs. You want to be looking at 10, 11 max. But yeah, so you can see contribution margin is at 32.9. So my team, we got a good contribution margin. Fast at 38.7, but this is not going to help them based on the report, based on the fact that they are only in, I think they're in one of the international markets. They stayed in US and one of the international markets, and they didn't increase capacity. So I can tell you for a fact that we'll see how this plays out in the coming round. So finances, right? I already shared this. This is the report, the income statement. So net profit, we did 9 million. Baldwin is in a bad position, and this I'm sure would have led to emergency loan. That's just gonna be bad for them. Chester 4 million, Digby 700 for 8,000. Even though they produce so much, 5 million for area. It's a computer base, so I'm not gonna focus on them, right? So cash, you can see Andrews who had a cash position of 10 million. Baldwin, Chester had 19 million. Digby had nothing. Literally, it's wild, man. But Chester had 19 million. This is not really good because you don't have too much cash in hand. That means they didn't invest, and we can see it right here. Chester Cake, right? You can see they didn't invest in their plants. Okay, they did increase their automation, right? I did talk about these. These had, look at this inventory left. We only had 88, which is not too bad, pretty much. But this is 960 inventory in the US, 135 inventory in Germany. So the planning was poor. This is over 1,000 carrying cost. This is just this is part of their problem. That's why you can see right here they have zero cash because they're paying so much in carrying costs. I can look for that inventory, right? You can see inventory, they have $27,000 on inventory, while we are spending only $2,000, 1,900 on inventory because of the 88 that is left behind. But they have 27,000 in inventory. So whatever cash profit they made, they are losing it spending so much, in carrying that. So that's something you gotta make sure that you're predicting, the right amount to produce. Right. So yep. Cash flow statement, you already mentioned I made about 1,000, so and $10,000, But what cash flow statement was saying, starting cash position. Okay, this was from the previous year. Okay, so we ended the year with this. right? Because the previous year, which is round zero, everyone started at the same amount. So yeah. Bonds and market summary, leave that stock market summary, closing, like we have the best, better. So we didn't sell any shares, bad we sold shares, Digby sold shares, Chester sold shares. Come on, guys, you're selling shares without making money. So this is it's not gonna help their you can see right here, it's not gonna help their valuation because got a market cap 72 million. So yeah. I think that's it. Income statement is just individual countries. Already shared the most part. So thank you. Stay with me, and I'll see you in the decision for the round two.